Born to succeed, unleashing your inherent power. The truth you forgot. Let me tell you something powerful, something most people will never dare to say out loud. You were born to succeed, not to settle, not to merely survive, but to thrive, to win, to rise. But somewhere along the way, you forgot. You let the world convince you otherwise. You let failure whisper lies. You let fear take the driver's seat. And now you're standing in the middle of your life asking, am I really meant for more? Yes, you are. Because you were not born broken. You were born brilliant. And buried deep inside you is everything it takes to succeed. The question is, will you unleash it? Success isn't something handed to the lucky. It's something claimed by the relentless. And if you're still breathing, then you still have time to claim yours. Success isn't a destination, it's your design. You weren't created to be average. You weren't placed here just to pass time. You were designed with purpose, with gifts, with untapped greatness waiting to be awakened. That hunger inside you, that restless voice that says, there's more to me than this. That's your spirit remembering who you are. Don't ignore it. Because success isn't some far-off fantasy, it's a recognition. It's waking up to the truth of your own potential. It's shedding the lies that say, I'm not enough. And choosing to believe, I was born to conquer this. You weren't born to play small. You weren't born to bow to circumstances. You were born to rise through them, to build in the storm, to shine in the dark, to lead where others followed. And the moment you accept that truth is the moment everything begins to shift. The enemy within. Success doesn't start with talent. It doesn't even start with opportunity. It starts with mindset. And the biggest enemy to success is the voice inside your head that says you can't. That voice. It's a liar, a manipulator. It speaks from past wounds. It echoes old rejections. It repeats stories that never belonged to you. But you've listened for so long, you started to believe it. Today is the day that ends. Because if you want to succeed, truly succeed, you must first confront the inner critic. You must silence the doubts. Replace the lies with truth. I can't becomes I will. I'm not ready becomes I'm rising. I always fail becomes every fall is forging me. Rewire your thoughts. Retrain your mind. Because the most powerful tool you will ever have is the belief that you were born for this. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. Let me be clear. Success isn't smooth. It isn't pretty. And it sure isn't easy. But it's worth it. Because every time you fail, you are being refined. Not rejected. Not destroyed. Refined. You fall. You learn. You get back up. That's the formula. That's how success is built. Not in winning all the time, but in rising all the time. Some of the most successful people in history were counted out, mocked, laughed at, told they'd never make it. But they refused to let failure define them. They let it fuel them. You must do the same. Because you weren't born to give up. You weren't born to back down. You were born to break through. And if you're still in the fight, that means your story isn't over. Discipline, the muscle of success. Success is not built on feelings. It's built on discipline. And discipline is doing what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it. The winners you admire? They didn't get there by chance. They built habits. They kept showing up. They trained their minds to obey their mission, not their mood. And you must do the same. Wake up early. Move with purpose. Cut the excuses. Create the environment. Speak the words that build. And show up for your life, every single day. Because consistency beats talent. Because hunger beats comfort. Because repetition beats hesitation. You were born to succeed, but not without sweat. Not without commitment. Not without fire. Let your efforts speak louder than your intentions. Let your actions define your identity. Let the world know this person doesn't just dream. This person builds. Protect the vision. Every goal begins as a vision. Every dream starts with a spark. But what you do with that spark, that's what determines your success. The world will try to distract you. People will misunderstand you. Obstacles will challenge you. But your job is to protect the vision. Write it down. Speak it daily. Revisit it when you're tired. Guard it like your future depends on it, because it does. The vision will keep you focused. The vision will push you through pain. The vision will remind you who you are when the world tries to make you forget. You were born to lead, not follow. To create, not conform. To rise, not retreat. Keep your eyes on the prize. Not the noise. Not the drama. Not the critics. Because when the vision becomes clear, your purpose becomes unstoppable. No one else can walk your path. Here's the truth. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to hand you success. And no one else is responsible for your life. It's on you. And that's not a burden, that's a gift. Because if it's on you, then you have the power. The power to pivot. The power to change. The power to rise. Don't wait. Don't hope. Don't wish. Act. Now. Take the first step. Then the second. Then the 100th. Even when it's hard. Even when you don't see results. Even when the only one who believes is you. Because every champion was once the only one clapping. Every legend once stood alone. And what made them great? They kept moving. They kept rising. They kept believing. So must you. Because your path is yours for a reason. And you were born to walk it. Unleash the success within. Success isn't something you acquire. It's something you activate. It lives inside you. Right now, buried under fear, under doubt, under distraction. But it's there. And the moment you decide you're done settling, the moment you say, no more playing small, the moment you get hungry enough, disciplined enough, focused enough, that success starts waking up. And when it does, you become a force, not just to achieve, but to inspire. Because your success doesn't end with you. It becomes a lighthouse, a guide, a fire that sets others free to rise, too. You were born to succeed, but it's on you to rise, to build, to believe, to endure. And when life pushes you down, you push harder. When the world tells you no, you say yes. When your past tries to haunt you, you rise above it. You don't just chase success. You embody it. You breathe it. You bleed for it. Because it was never a matter of if. It was always a matter of when. And the time is now. Rise. Build. Win. Because you were born to succeed.